glasses. Jono, what's happening? MedTech. How's it going? Oh, I gotta see what the, let's see here. Wow. Thanks for the thumbs up already. Let me see here. You're making some breakfast. What are you making, Jono? Curious to know what's cooking in your kitchen. Bacon, eggs, and toast. Well, I have something similar. You're making a mess. Oh, but you're a chef. I forgot. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this together enough here. This takes a lot more work than just walking outside with the phone. Looks like rain today. Rain pretty much all through next week. Rain for the next week. It's 81 degrees right now. Humidity's 86%. Yeah. And it's going to be overcast and rainy for the rest of this, for the next week. So, where's the, let's see here. What's the Thai baht right now? Well, like I said, you don't really get used to it. You just kind of get tolerant of it. 30.4791 right now. Thai baht to the dollar. I'll be cooking in a little while. Most of the time, I think in the metric system, but whenever I talk, I try to talk in Fahrenheit because that's what most people are used to. In the places where, well, some people, I guess the United States is the majority of my viewers, and they think in Fahrenheit. I have an idea about how much it is, you know, just in my head, but in Celsius. So let me show you something here. Let's see here. I got my tea. We got onion, peppers, garlic, some sausage, some basil, some ground pork, a little bit of this seasoning paste. And I don't know if I'm gonna put cheese or not. I guess it depends on how it works out, but we'll see. Lori, what's happening? Lori is leaving for Vietnam in about, what, an hour. She's in Bangkok right now. So obviously the discussion for the day, there's a few things. I told you it's humid. It was 95% before. Now it's 86. So it's gonna rain. What's the chance of rain? It doesn't say. Let me go over to my page here. You know what? What's the weather like in Hong Kong? It's the same. Same temperature. 81 degrees, 65% humidity. It's windy. 27 Celsius. Looks like sunny for the next week. It'll be sunny. I'm sure you guys know what's going on in Hong Kong. It's getting pretty crazy over there. Which made me think about the government's tightening up their restrictions and clamping down on people and their freedoms and everything. And it's in the United States too. It's not just Hong Kong or Thailand. I gotta drink this tea. I'm hungry right now. I want to start cooking in a few minutes. Let's see here. There's a lot of things going on here. In Thailand. Pro-democracy body calls on UN to look into Thailand's military government in disguise. Well, I don't want to talk about that. Gennaro, what's happening? Today, Gennaro, we've got a fusion dish. We've got an omelet with holy basil, like a krapao omelet, but with sausage and a little bit of pork, maybe even some cheese. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to go that far, but I may try it. I haven't done anything like this with an omelet with cheese, so we'll see. Let's get rid of that one. We don't need to talk about that. How many of you guys have been watching the what's going on in Hong Kong? Of course, I'd like to get over there, like I said, and the 29th is anti-China Nazi Day. They're calling for, the people of Hong Kong are calling for people around the world to march in protest of China's government and how they're dealing with Hong Kong and the Hong Kong government. And then on the 1st, it's the 70th anniversary of the People's Republic of China. Yeah, I won't be doing any marching. I won't be doing that. The only reason I want to go is to take photos. That's it. And maybe a little live streaming. I love all the thumbs down. Before anybody even sees the stream, people are leaving thumbs down. Anyway, doesn't matter. And what I find so funny is that when I put up the thumbnail that I put up with the Chinese background, there's not as many people watching because they figure I'm going to talk about China or Hong Kong. I just talked to Steve from Steve's Kitchen yesterday, and he was in Hong Kong for a few hours. He was just on a layover, but he's just been in China, then he went to Hong Kong. He used to live in Hong Kong, and he loves it there. But that was many years ago, so things have changed. Where's our pal, Mr. Billy? Is he lurking or is he sleeping or what's he doing? He hasn't been around. Every time he goes silent, I kind of worry about him a little bit. It's pretty okay, Gennaro, learning things every day. Yeah. You'll learn more once you learn a few words of Thai, believe me. So I'm going to start chopping this stuff up. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. But I want to start getting this stuff ready. Start cooking the dish. Let's see if I can do this here. All right, how am I going to do this? You can watch my lack of knife skills. Just do this a little bit at a time here. See you later. All right. Get your umbrella? I got one upstairs. All right. Garlic. Hopefully I will. I'd like to be there on the 29th if I go. All right, let me get back to this. See you later. All right. Want a little spice today. I don't know how many of you are interested in watching me stream from Hong Kong, but that is part of the plan. Oops. All right, let's just chop these up a little bit. The cheap part. I'm serious. Uh, I found some places there where like I found a couple hotels there that are like $15 a night. I mean, you know, they're probably shitholes or they're hostels. But that's what if I'm gonna go, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I got to make some money in the last couple of days. In the next couple of days, I need to make about $250, $300. If I don't make it, I'm not going. If I make it, I'll be fine. I'll go for about 4 days, maybe 5 days, because I want to be there on the 29th, the 30th, the 1st, the 2nd, and then come back the night of the 2nd or the morning of the 3rd. So that's the idea. I don't mind, I don't mind staying I don't have to stay in a hotel like in Bangladesh. I don't have to do that. Chuck's not going. It's me. So, I mean, and that's kind of how I like it. Not that I didn't enjoy Bangladesh, I did, but he's got his own things going on. All right, so we got a little bit of hot dog, sausage. We got onion, we got garlic. We got some chilies. And we got some holy basil, and we got a little bit of pork here. Which I don't know why I'm throwing that in, but just to, why not? I had it. Now I gotta crack them eggs. So, that's a hint. This is a fundraiser / stream / eggs. I can't justify going if I don't make any money. I have some emails out to some places right now where, if anything happens and I get a few good shots, then I'll make a little money. That's the idea. Just like I used to do many years ago. Oh shit. Drop the. All right. Paper towels. I don't know why I want it spicy, but I want it spicy. I may stay in, what is it, Tan Shui? In that area. It's possible. We shall see. All right, so here's the, here's the, what's in the pot. I'm waiting to put the garlic in. I started to do the eggs. Throw in a little soy sauce and a little fish sauce. What else? A little soy sauce. Wait, shit. You can do it by PayPal. You can do it by Super Chat. You can do it. There's a place on my page where I'll see if I can find it in a second. You can pay with a credit card, whatever. Up to you. So I'm gonna stream today and Thursday. Um, you know, if I get anywhere near what I need, then I'll probably just get a ticket and go. Wing it. Especially if I get some positive messages back, which I should get at least one or two. All right, so where am I at now? Let's start cooking. How's that sound? I got the coconut oil. So I'm not going to put as much this time. Let me see if I can find this thing before I forget what I'm doing. Oh, maybe it's down here. Shit. Okay. Where are we at here? That's one place. The other place is the PayPal, which is right here. You can buy something. You can buy a T-shirt. You can buy a book, whatever. You can buy print. You can buy a print from Hong Kong. Shit, that doesn't work. I think that's it. All right, that's it. All right, let's get back to cooking. I hate talking about money. It's my least favorite subject. All right, so I got the coconut oil. Thank you, MedTech. Thank you. I got the coconut oil. It's in here, and I'm gonna just start sauteing this stuff. I gotta make sure I got everything away because I don't have very much room on my table. Yeah, thank you very much, MedTech. Appreciate it. All right, let me get back over here. Here's the stuff. I'm on the wok. We're on the wok. I should have cranked it up already before I put the stuff in, but I didn't. Let's break this up a little. I don't know how good that looks. But this is what I do sometimes. I just do a little hodgepodge of stuff. I just mix stuff together. And sometimes it works out to be great, you know? Sometimes it's So we'll just let this sit here for a minute. So let me see here. Let's talk about Thailand. Since we're talking about tightening the vice. One thing is, I don't know if anybody saw, but there's a significant, hey Soy Dog Cowboy, significant development in cannabis farming in Thailand, in Chiang Mai. The Mayo University has planted 12,000 cannabis sprouts, the largest lot in the country. It's hoped the result will be 1 million bottles of cannabis oil. No worries, Mitch. That are 5 milliliters per bottle. And if you remember, the last time, or the time before that I streamed, I was talking about how Thailand's considering allowing people. Yeah, I have iPhone. I have the Apple Cash already, man. I have it, Gennaro. I've got it in the United States, which is where my phone is set to. It's set to the U.S. iTunes account and Apple, and I've verified I have one credit card verified through it, so I should be able to. I don't know why I don't. You know, the thing is, there's so many different ways to get payments nowadays. It's really hard for me to think of all of them. All right, so this stuff is looking good. It's just about done. I'm gonna just turn it off, and then I'm gonna throw this garlic in. Gonna mix it up a little bit. Yeah, we got a lot of people that are gonna be here in the next couple months. We got Jono, we got Lori, we got Soy Dog Cowboy, we got Mr. Billy, we got just many people coming here. They'll all be at the same time. So then maybe we can have a meetup, we can have a little party. All right, I need to turn this up to make sure it cooks a little bit, but it's on low. All right. You're ready to roll. All right, so now we got this holy basil seasoning paste. Now this is, I don't need very much of this. I don't want very much of this because it's pretty strong. It's enough to put, it's enough for like 3 or 4 people, what's in here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in. Hopefully I can just put a little bit in. Just to add it a little flavor. All right. You mix it up. You put just a tad bit of water in there too. Smells pretty good too. All right, so that's looking good right there. What else do I need? That's it. I'm ready for the eggs. So it looks like there's enough oil. Here we go. Get all that egg in there. Now, the key is whether the cheese will add to the flavor or will make it taste funky because of this basil seasoning. And I think it's a little too hot. I don't have that much oil in there. And I don't want to burn it. Let's see what we can do. Smells pretty good. I might screw this up. I don't know when I fold it. I'm gonna fold this one. I'm not gonna flip it. Oh, you know what? You know, this is the See, it's sticking. This is the problem sometimes is that if you don't put enough oil, it sticks. But I think we'll fix that in a second. I'll just put a touch more oil. Just a touch. It looks like there's plenty though. Lift it up a little. All right, I can turn it back on. Now, I've got some mature Scottish cheddar, right? So I'll put, I don't know what this is, maybe a little bit. And then I've got some seriously mature cheddar cheese. I'm not sure what the difference is between mature and not so mature. Oh, all right, MetTech, thanks again, man. Let's see. All right, so we'll put about the same amount in there, which is probably too much, but you know what? I want it to taste good. All right. Shit. Sticking. There we go. Spin it. Now, where's the spoon? Sometimes I use the spoon to help me. Yeah, I burned it. Shit. Son of a bitch. Oh well. See, that's what happens when you don't use enough oil. But this is not really bad. It might just be cheese. I don't know. Doesn't mean I'm not going to eat it, though. Oh, yeah. So I did burn it. Oh, well. What can I say? I never said that I was a extremely talented chef. I always said I'm a hack. Where's that spoon at? Well, yeah, it doesn't look exactly, doesn't really look beautiful. But it should taste pretty good. We'll see. All right. Let me get this out of here. Yeah, it looks a bit of a mess. Whew, man, that is a sloppy omelet today. Sloppy. But it's oozing cheese. Yeah, it's a little burnt, a little crispy. But it still tastes good. Tastes good to me. All right, let's see how it, we'll see how it really tastes. Hang on a second here. Oh well. It always bums me out when I don't get at least a good fold or a good good color on it. You know, this is a little bit too much. But actually, this looks more like almost like a little frittata or whatever. Let me see here. Doesn't look that bad. Now, the taste is the big issue. How is it going to taste? Oh, let's see. Well, it looks good, man. Sufficiently cooked. Look at that. Cheese dripping. There, look at that. Looks good to me. A little bit spicy. Little after bite, little spicy after bite, which is what I wanted, but it's pretty good. Pretty damn good. Low carbs. So I got, basically the recipe is some cheddar cheese. It is good. Cheddar cheese, you can pick whatever cheese you want pretty much. Onion, garlic, some little chilies. What else did I put in it? Oh shit, I forgot to put the basil in. Son of a bitch. Oh well. I got basil. I forgot to put it in. I would have put that in right at the very end. Got a little bit of sausage, kind of spicy sausage. It's a little bit like a Spanish omelet with the basil, holy basil. This is the Lobo Holy Basil seasoning. I know you can get it online. I don't know if you can get it, in the grocery stores in the States or whatever, but it's really good. And I won't use any sriracha sauce on this. I mean, I could, but I don't really need to. Man, it's good. Tastes good. If I had used a little bit more oil, I could have avoided over browning the one side of the omelet, and I could have just like stuck it on a paper towel to like drain off any excess of oil, but I didn't, so lesson learned. But throw a little of that basil in there and some chili peppers. Very good. I think it's cheaper to street food is cheaper. Because the sausage, I think you get 4 for 56 baht. That was one sausage. One little sausage. That's 14 baht. 3 eggs. That's 12 baht. So that's 26 baht. Then you got the onion. That's probably about 5 baht. The cheese is expensive. Yeah, I have a little bit of butter left, and I was going to use it, and I just went, eh. So I'd say it's probably cheaper to eat street food. But then you got to go out. You got to go get it. And I didn't want food with a lot of carbs in it, which is, yesterday I had some, barbecue pork. And normally they would serve it over rice with the sauce. And I said, no, I don't want any rice. So a lot of times, you're going to get noodles. If I go across the street, it's going to be quitio, which is, boat noodle soup. You got the big noodles. I'm trying to abstain from that stuff, and I've been doing a good job not eating rice and all this other kind of stuff. So, oh man, it's very tasty. Oh. Very, very tasty. For somebody like me, this is fairly quick. It's easy. Tastes great. And for maybe 10 or 15 baht more, which is, 35 cents, 40 cents more, I eat at home. I don't have to go out. I'm not eating a cereal. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're putting in it. Oh man, that's so good. Should I make some more for somebody? That's it. It's all gone. I wolfed that down, man. I was hungry. I was going to start streaming at 9 o'clock. And then, where's my water at? I got some tea. That was at like 6:30. I was like, oh, I'll just stream at 9 o'clock. By 7:30, I'm like, man, I didn't eat much last night. I'm hungry, and I'm getting ready for another day where I fast. If I go to Hong Kong, maybe I'll fast there. You know, it's a good time to do it. Yeah, but you know, like I haven't been drinking coffee. For the most part, I haven't been drinking coffee. Not nearly as much. All right, Lori, you take it easy. Have fun. And I don't know if you're going to have internet, but keep us apprised of what's going on. And I'll see you when you get here. If you have to email or whatever, just send me a message. But whether I'm in Hong Kong or not, I'm sure we'll be in touch. Happy travels. All right, well, I'm impressed. I could have burned it more, but, you know, yeah, it's good. I gotta say that was probably, see you later, Lori. I gotta say that was probably better than the omelet I made the other day. I think the chili and the kapow sauce really did it. Put it over the top. All right, so let me see something here. Oh shit, I can't do it that way. So, where am I? Oh, Apple Pay. Yeah, but I already should be able to. No, I'm serious, man. I may have to, you know, like to cut down on costs. You know, I'm I'm serious. You think I'm joking? I would fast here. I mean, fasting here is the same as fasting there to me. When you're hungry, you drink some tea. All right, I don't know why this. Let me see here. How do I know? Oh shit! I hope I can do this. Fuck. Thank you for cooking lessons. Oh, you bastard. Actually, I took some cooking lessons. I don't remember if you, if I don't know if you remember, but I cooked some. What do you call it? What do they call it? It's a cashew. Gai pad, gai pad, pet ma muang. Yeah, they make some good paella. The guy makes some good paella over there at. What do you call it? Chatuchak. He's a real big guy, but man, that guy can cook. Okay. So, Gennaro, what am I supposed to do with this Apple Pay? All I know is I know how to pay. Because I do have it. I do have it. It is working. I don't know how to. I'd like to. Yeah, actually, you know, I mean, like the lady who we went and got lessons from really knew her stuff. her whole garden was full of the herbs that she needed to cook all the dishes that she made. And, you know, it was in a beautiful place. And over the years, like she bought the house next to her parents or something like that. And then somebody else, she ended up buying the house next door. And then so they have this big compound, and it's like four houses all right next to each other. And so they have everything set up to do this, their cooking classes. It's Amita Thai, I think is what it was called. Extremely good. You know, basic stuff from what my mother told me, because my mother's quite a bit more experienced at cooking than I am. She's the one who actually has got me into cooking, and since I like to eat, it makes sense. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what you do on this thing. I got no idea. All I know is I have it. I'm looking at it right now. Let me see here. Oh, you have to do the little use Apple Pay wherever you see one of these symbols. I got to get with the program. In stores with Face ID. Oh, I think you have to have an app or something. I don't know how to do it. Is it beautiful? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's the guy, you know, the guy makes a big show about it and everything. And then, you know, it's a little expensive, but I guess you know, for Thailand, like for a paella is basically rice with a bunch of different uh proteins. But, you know, is it overpriced? No. It's just a little, you know, like when you can go and get something for 50 baht or 80 baht or something. I think it was 250 baht or something. I don't remember. But it was really good, though. It's similar to, yeah, well, I don't know how you set it up, though. That's the whole thing. How to, because I should do it. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are doing that now. And especially if I'm in Hong Kong, open the wallet, tap here and tap manually to accept payments. You'll see, okay. So all I have to do is go into my Apple Pay. Oh, wait a minute. Your Apple Cash Card. What is the Apple Cash Card? Hang on a second here. Let me see. Here's what you need. Compatible device, all right, I got that. Two-factor authentication. Make sure you sign in iCloud. Enough money on your Apple Cash Card are eligible. And you know how to send money. How to send money. In messages, start a new conversation. Tap Apple Pay. Tap the, what is it? The little triangle thing. Tap Pay. Add a message to go with the payment. Then review the payment. Your money will be used to pay first. Send the payment with Face ID, Touch ID, or your passcode. I think I have to go to my Apple on my phone that I'm using right now. Oh, when someone sends you money, it's you can use money in stores within apps or transfer it to your bank account. The first time you use Apple Cash is 7 days to accept the money that you have been sent, which is fine. How to choose whether automatically go to your wallet. Tap manually accept. Listen, maybe I can do it right now. Hang on 1 second. I don't know. It'll take me a few minutes to set it all up or whatever, but I can set it up after the stream. I think you just basically send the money. You have to have an email address or whatever. It manually accept payments. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Yeah, I have Apple Pay on my phone and I have a card attached to it. It's one of my bank cards. So I don't know if I've got. Let me see something. I don't think you can do it on your add funds on your like on my MacBook. I'm looking at my MacBook right now. I've had a couple people ask me about it, and I just didn't think much of it, you know. But now it's like it seems Apple is a no, you can't do it on there. Apple is a bit more stable than what is it? The um, crypto. Some of the cryptocurrencies. All right, let me see something here. No worries. Hey man, it's no it's no sidetrack to me. Um, I believe it is through my phone number or my email address, but it is. I'm already set up um, to automatically accept payments. So so I should be able to. The next time somebody sends you how to send money, select tap pay. If you want to add a message, tap your money and ask you to pay first. Learn how a payment. Confirm Face ID, Touch ID, or your passcode. Need to cancel a payment after sending? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think we have to hook up on Face ID. What is that for? Oh, on the iPhone. Okay. Make purchases. Yeah. So once you're set up, it should be easy. I'm not sure about anything else. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to get sidetracked either. But you know, when it comes to money, money runs the. Like I said before, money runs the engine. Money is the fuel. Okay, I will. I will. I can do it right now. I'm on the. I'm on two computers at once, so money is the gasoline. Yeah, okay. What is it? Shit, I don't even know my number. I got to figure out my regular number, my U.S. number. But all right. Anyway, let's get on with it. At least I know how to do it now, which is great. Where am I at? Where am I? What's going on here? I'm still having some lagging here. What's happening? All right. Wow, it's really bad. Okay, that's better. All right, we're back. All right. So the whole thing uh, for me about the stream was really about the restrictions that the government, it seems like governments, not just government, I'm not just talking about Hong Kong, but Thailand. I mean, look at Singapore, look at Hong Kong now, of course China. All these governments, they, you know, it's like I know it's a fine line between keeping people lawful and restricting people to the point where it's ridiculous, where they're, where your big brother, the government is big brother, or they're, big papa. Um, but the thing in Hong Kong that's going on, the protests and all that, I mean, yeah, Indonesia, there's, it's happening all over. And personally, you should be able to say what you want within reason. And why I say within reason is, you should not be able to disparage people, which has happened to me, a few times. But for me, it's a minor issue. For some people, it ruins them. People in the government, it can ruin them. So there has to be some repercussion. If you are not telling the truth, there has to be some repercussion. But that doesn't mean that you should be able to control everybody's speech or what they think, or you're not allowed to say. I mean, it's in the United States, it's way out of hand. You're allowed to speak without having any proof. You don't have to show proof. Look at the New York Times, and look at all these newspapers now that they regularly print things and then they have to do a retraction. But by the time they do the retraction, the damage is done. And this is happening on a regular basis. Now, well, you can be arrested here, but you're not. And the thing is that, like I always say, everything can change in a split second. All that has to happen is you get some guy, he's arrested, people start complaining, and then they just crack down on everybody, and then there's a revolt, and people start fighting back physically. Look at Hong Kong. I mean, it's nuts there. You got undercover cops supposedly beating people up. You got protesters beating up people. These things are going to happen. If they shouldn't happen. The violence, I used to think that violence was a way of solving some problems. And in some cases it is. Because you make the person wary of you, and you make them know, never do that again, or I'm going to kick the living shit out of you. But then you put yourself at risk with the law. And so this is the thing. So it's kind of like a young child now in the United States or wherever. You should not have to hit your kid, right? You shouldn't have to smack them. You shouldn't have to beat them or do anything like that. But people did it regularly all the time in the past. And it wasn't just a threat. If you do lousy in school and you don't study and you skip school and I catch you again, I'm going to beat your ass. And then they got the switch, or they got a belt, or they got a smack in the ass or something. That was the consequence. Now what are the consequences? I'm going to take away your iPhone? Yeah, right. Sure, try doing that to some kid and see how hard they revolt. So this is the problem now. There's, what are you going to do? With my kids, I've been very, very lucky because they listen. Why? I don't know. How we got them to do that? I don't know. Maybe some kids just don't want to listen, and some kids are more than willing to listen because they respect their parents. But they've always been the kind where I would say, this is what I think you should do, or no, you're not going to do that, and then they generally listen. I don't think all kids are like that. And it's kind of the same thing with the governments. You can put into place laws, you can enforce policies that you think need to be enforced, but at the end of the day, is it really going to make a change? Is beating the crap out of somebody, especially some old man, or spraying him with mace, Is that make people fearful, or does it make them so hateful that they're willing to do anything? Because I can't see myself living under a tyrannical government. I can't see. I think I would probably end up getting killed. I would tell somebody, fuck you, shoot me, whatever. Go ahead, do it. I'd probably be scared shitless, but and they might do it, but the alternative, you can say this, you can't say that. I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation, but I think that's where some people get. They get to that point where they're like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I don't know. What do you guys think? Give me some feedback. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. Anyone? Well, yeah, so what's the answer? Well, yeah, but you see, the one thing is that shouldn't the people determine, where am I at here? I understand they want to stay in power, but the deal that they made with Hong Kong was it was one country and two governments. And now the people don't like the government in Hong Kong because they feel like they're beholden to China and they're kowtowing to them. So what's right and what's wrong, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I mean. I've lived my whole life like this. I'm not an old man, but I mean, I'm older. And, if I had people with machine guns around me going, sorry, but you will not listen to rock and roll. You will not listen to music. You will do this. You will do that. And, if it was too much, I'd be like, you know what? I'd rather blow my brains out or have them do it, And I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel that way. Or you fight back, and then if they blow your brains out, they blow your brains out, but at least you go down fighting. So, I like to know, I kind of like to know, well, and this is the whole idea. I like to kind of know what both sides think, their perspective. I'd like to talk to some people and photograph them. That's pretty much what I want to do. Whether or not that happens, it's a different story, but whether I'm there or not, you know what I mean? Because I don't really, I have an idea of how it is, but your idea is never the same as is almost never the same as what reality is. Well, I'd rather be alive and not a martyr. I don't care about being a martyr. I'm selfish like that. I don't feel the need to die for a cause. But then I'm not in a country where I have to think like that, And I hope Thailand never becomes like that. I was talking to a guy yesterday. He's a British guy. He's been gone for a while. He lives here now. He used to live here full time, and now he's living here 3 months out of the year and living back in the UK 9 months. And he's got a girlfriend here, and she goes over for a month, maybe twice a year. Um, cool. So, you know, lost my train of thought there. Anyway, he told me yesterday. Oh yeah, I just got back a couple days ago. Um, he said, I'm still fine being here, but he said I feel a definite a change in the vibe here among foreigners, and I'm like, well, yeah, I think you're probably right, because between the two-tiered pricing of the government. The government is generally the ones, and on a smaller scale, some vendors. But it's a lot of the places like national parks that are run by the government. They have the two-tier pricing where they charge 10 times more. Nobody likes that. Nobody is going, oh yeah, I want to play it 10 times more than everybody else. That's completely fair. And there's some guys who are like, oh, I understand it, You got 5 tickets already. Wow. Yeah, I heard that. I heard about that. I mean, I don't know. It just seems to me that some of the freedom of life is gone. Why is it I have to have a camera on me all the time if I'm out in public? I guess, there are some valid points for having it. Yeah, I know. I know. How you doing, Bruce? Um, I guess I understand that. The red. Oh, you're out on a sick day. I guess I understand the cameras at stoplights. Um, I don't know. It's a very, for me. I don't like what the Chinese are doing, where they're profiling people and then they have a rating and all this other kind of shit. I can only imagine what my rating would be. you know. And the thing is I don't really care because I've stopped trying to compare myself to people because I know I'm not a little snowflake, but I am unique. Of course, I want the same things. I want to be able to eat. I want to be able to, have a halfway decent place to live. I want my family to be well. Okay, all those things are the same. I'm the same in that sense. I'm the same in that, I've got a heart and a mind and blah, blah, blah. But I think the whole social rating thing is like it's the government saying, we want to score you. And it's like, wait a minute. Rounding those up with low scores for re-education. See, I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with so much of their of what goes on in their country. And see, they're a powerhouse in this region, obviously. So what's next? I just spoke with a Vietnamese guy the other day, and he was telling me, I can't stand Chinese. They're always trying to push their views on us and on our country and tell us what to do and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, but see, I don't know. You know, you can say, what is it that phrase? I think it was Benjamin Franklin. Let me see here. Where's it at? How the world butchered Benjamin Franklin's phrase. Okay. They're talking about how the phrase has been butchered. Those who give up liberty for security deserve neither. Okay. But it says, despite its many, many variations, the actual quote is, those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty or safety. That's the actual quote. Which to me doesn't really make that much of a difference, but it does say essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety. The letter wasn't about liberty, but about taxes and the ability to raise money for defense against French and Indian attacks. The government kept vetoing the Assembly's efforts at the behest of the family which had appointed him. So, the actual quote's a little bit different, but, you know, I'd like to know something. Let me see something here. Let me see something here. I'm going to look something up here. Okay. Wow, that's pretty extensive here. All right, in 1960, how does it say 179 million? Let me see here. Violent crime. Oh, what is this? U.S. population. How? What is the? Okay. The population in 2019 is 329 million. Now, in 1960, let me see something here. Rate of crime. Oh, that's rate of crime. Okay. Let's look at this. The U.S. Crime rates, 1960 to 2017. The population was just over half of what it is in 2017. It's about 180, 179, and it's 325 in 2017. In 1960, the total crimes were about 3.4 million crimes, reported crimes, I'm assuming. And that's 179 million people. Now, in 2017, we'll say now, current times, modern times, it's almost 9 million crimes. So why has the crime gone up 3 times, almost 3 times? It's almost tripled from 1960 to 2017 when the population has not even doubled. So that's a question. And then it says violent crimes, 288,000 in 1960. Now, almost 1.3 million. So that's four times. That's four times the number of violent crimes now than in 1960. So, despite all this safety and the computers and supposedly the cameras and everything that's in place and all this modern technology, the crime rates are still and the crime rates have decreased from, where's it at? Okay. Holy shit, man. Around between 1960 and 1970, the number of crimes more than doubled. The population only went up about 25,000. But they really shot up around the mid 80s, about 1980, late 70s, early 80s. And they kept going up until 1993, and then they started decreasing. More people, but the crime rates were decreasing. So maybe that means that technology and video cameras and everything like that and computers is making a dent. I don't know. How do I know? I'm just looking at it hypothetically and trying to figure things out, but violent crimes have went way up. Let's see here. Murder, 9,110 murders in 1960. 17,284 in 2017. Rapes went up from 17,190 to 135,755. So in 57 years, rape has, it's about what? 8 times the number in 2060. Which is crazy. So do the restrictions help or do they hurt? Now, one thing I'd like to know, that's the U.S. What's the country? Is it Sweden? Norway? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Does it mean nothing? That's the thing. Does it really mean nothing? What about... which was it? In Norway? Where they... I don't know if it's all the Scandinavian countries or what's the deal, but... Okay, here it is. Here, prisons in Norway. Yeah, this is... how Norway is teaching America to make its prisons more humane. I'd like to know, see, I don't know about all this stuff. I'm sure there are people that do. The gap between Norway's rate is 25 between the U.S. Reincarceration. The percentage of the total population each country puts behind bars. While America jails 665 out of 100,000, Norway's rate is less than a tenth of that, just 63. Well, I think that there's definitely quite a few variables when it comes to comparing Norway and their lifestyle and what leads to imprisonment versus that of the United States. Well, yeah, that's the thing. So I guess, Billy's right about some things here. Crime rates declined as these people reached ages when they're less inclined to commit crimes. Well, yeah. That is a quote from Benjamin Franklin, although that quote, as it's written, is not the way the original quote was written, which is what I was talking about earlier. Those who should give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. That's what the original well, yeah, that's pretty much true. Free Hong Kong. Shit, I'm out of tea. Let me get some more tea. I want some more tea. Tea for me. Give me a second. Right. You got it right, Sky Trooper. That's the exact phrase as it was written, apparently. You know, I think you get to an age, though, where it's not that you don't care about what's happening. You just kind of wonder, is it worth the effort? And for some people, like, you know, I saw the guy who got beat up, the old man who got beat up in Hong Kong, and he was screaming about how he loved China and he, you know, these people are, I don't remember his exact words, but he loved China. How dare they do this? And eventually he did it enough and he got his ass kicked. He got beat up and he had to be 65, 70 years old now. I don't know if I think that's a little overstated for him to go out in public and scream and yell that. But maybe he felt that was what's necessary to make some change. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's easy to sit back and play armchair quarterback. All right. I don't know how you say this name. Roseller? A Rose Seller? Are you a Hong Konger? Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's why sometimes it's better to keep things superficial and not get into deep conversations. One of the first times I went to the Netherlands, I was sitting in some coffee shop and there's all these people in there and they found out I was American. And next thing I know, they're talking politics. And, you know, I don't know all that much about politics. I mean, I'll be honest. And frankly, most of the time, I don't really give a shit. I mean, you know, sometimes, yeah. But most of the time, no. Because because I think no matter what, you almost never win. Very few politicians, as I see it, do any good. As long as you can get them wet wipes. Wet wipes. Gotta love them. Trying to carry them more often. You know, it's like, I hate to give this example because it's not exactly the best example, but it is an example, and I'll give it anyway. You know, some of you may know when I was, I don't know how old I was. How old was I? I was about 30. Well, let's see. Alex was about 2.5 or something like that. And he's 18. It's about 16 years ago. And I was in a fire in, it's an apartment, but it was also like the first 2 floors were like a hotel. And then the 3rd through like the 8th floor, 6th floor, whatever it was, 6th floor, I think, were apartments. And so we had an apartment there, and then what happened was there was a fire, and everybody's trying to get out. I couldn't get out, and you know, my wife was pregnant, and you know, very pregnant, and Alex was just a baby, and I couldn't get him out. I tried to get out, couldn't get out. And I was standing there on the balcony, and they handed this rope, and people were going, no, I'm not going down that rope. No way, because we were on the 4th floor. And it was quite high. Wow. Thanks a lot, Gennaro. Looks like I'll be going. I'm there. Yeah, baby. Thank you very much, Gennaro. Big shout out to Gennaro. I got the message on my phone as I was watching, so thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Looks like I'll be streaming from Hong Kong. I'm about halfway there right now. So things are looking good. Like I said, I think I'll be there. So I want to be there on the 29th, which if you look up, let me see here, what's it called? They may have changed the name of it. Yeah, protest and clashes. Yeah, they're calling it the anti-Chi-Nazi, like Chi-Nazi. Where's it at? Anti-Chi-Nazi protest on September 29th. And then on the 1st of October, is the 70th anniversary of what is it? The People's Democrat. What is it? I forget what it is now. I'm getting all these acronyms mixed up. PRC, People's Republic of China, duh. So yeah, that's on October 1st. So that's a big day. Uh, so those 2 days are really big days, and yeah, I'm anxious to see what goes on there from behind the lens. So I got a lot of work to do in the next couple of days. I got a lot of emails to send out and write, and also I have some more editing to do. And I tried to get up. There's a video I really want to get up from Bangladesh where I'm getting my hair cut. That was the one that Chuck shot the video for everything. Um, Billy, I got some stories to tell you about Chucky. Uh, he is so funny. He cracks me up all the time. Yeah. Anyway, let's see here. So yeah, the 29th. What else? But did they change the name to? Did they change the name of it? Let's see. Twitter's a. I know I'm gonna have to get a few things when I get there. Oh, believe me, I'm not forgetting. There's a few things you need when you're there. You need a helmet, you need a vest, and you need a gas mask. And all are very cheap right now. But I know next to nothing about Hong Kong. Um, I've been to Macau once, and I think I flew through Hong Kong once, but I've never been there and like spent a couple of days there or anything like that. So, yeah. Oops. So it should be interesting. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous about going there. All right, let's see here. Press vest is important, but it's not going to stop them from doing something to you. You know. I forget what they were calling it though. Let me see here. Hang on. Where am I at here? It was anti-China-Nazi Day, but I thought they changed it. Oh, and I don't know if anybody knows, of course, but yesterday they're at the HKU MTR station. Uh, Workers painted over the Lenin Wall, and they started putting posters up on the wall already. It's already covered up again. That's what I read. Get the octopus card for the subway when you arrive at the Hong Kong airport. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a couple things. The octopus card and also the a SIM card 4G, which is not as cheap as in some places. But I'll have to look at that a little bit more. I just took a quick look. I know nothing about Hong Kong other than what people have told me and, my friends that have been there. And actually, set to stun was just in Macau. He said he went to Hong Kong for the day, and he's coming back today. So, like I said, I just need to make a little bit more money, and then I'm there for absolutely. I think I'm there already, but I need to make sure that I have enough, and I need to get. There's some emails I'm waiting for, but I don't think I'll have any problems with the emails. I'll get one or two back. I know there's at least one or two places that are willing to at least to see the photos, which is how it works. It's all on spec. For me, it's on spec. So, what is this here? Octopus card, okay. How much are the rides? How much are the rides, like, is it, for example, adult fare of a single journey from Taiwan to Tung Chung is Hong Kong 25.7, which is about what? Less than $4, $3.50, so about 100 baht. So, taxis. Not all taxis except the octopus card. Yeah, well, I think taxis are probably expensive. Top up. Money can be credited through the card. Okay, that's just a top up. All right. Okay, so that's good. There's a few people I can talk to that can help me out. Not that I want to bug Chris right when he comes back, but I can talk to him, and I'm sure he'll give me some good information. So, anyway, back home in Thailand, I'm waiting for a package today. And in it, I believe, is something for Chef Cake. People like her so much, they're sending stuff to me for her. What's today? Tuesday? So yeah, I gotta wait for it to come. It should be coming today. Let's see. Speaking of which, what is this? Oh, it's junk. Where's Beyond Trinity today? He missed Lori. Shit. Now, all I have to do, I have to break it to my wife. I'm leaving. Sorry. Bye. What's today? Today's the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. Wow. All right. Anyway, anybody else got any info on Hong Kong that might be useful to me? Hong Kong Fooey. Boy, that's I would have never thought of that there, Soy Dog Cowboy. What is it? Isn't it Hong Kong Fooey faster than the... His real name was Penrod Penry Pooch. Quicker than the human eye. That's what it is. Got to get it right, soy dog. Hong Kong Phooey, quicker than the human eye. Yeah. Hong Kong Phooey. He's got style, a groovy style. Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen him in a long time. I'll have to watch some of him. If I'm going to Hong Kong, I better watch Hong Kong Phooey. Oh, that's terrible, man. I wonder if I'll get in trouble for playing the intro. If they'll block this video. They probably will. Purchase the entire series on Amazon. Wow. It's from the 70s. Oh, Scatman Crothers. He was the guy who was the voice of Hong Kong Phooey. Did you know that, Soy Dog Cowboy? Our wheelhouse. Somebody told me something yesterday, and I went, that was 40 years ago. And I was like, it's a long time. Oh, that was a long time before I was born. Nicholas still, to this day, when I tell him about somebody, he'll go, is he dead? Is he dead yet? He always wants to know if the person is dead, because he associates people that I know with people who are getting old or who are dying. Yeah, well, you know, it's like you see these actors and singers and, you know, I mean, the guy from the Cars, come on, I grew up listening to the Cars and partying to the Cars and, you know, drinking beer and doing all kinds of things to the Cars. And Eddie Money, you know, he's a little after. And what's funny, let me see here. I want to look at this. Let me see something here. I'm going to look at the analytics. Let's stay on classic here. Okay. Let's do it for all time, for lifetime. You don't want to see how much I've made over my lifetime on YouTube. It's freaking embarrassing. Okay. How come it doesn't have the ages on this one? How come where? Oh, demographics. Okay. The number one demographic of all time on my channel is between 45 and 54 years of age. The number two is 35 to 44. The number three is 25 to 34. Now, that's for the whole lifetime of my channel, which is about 6.5 years. Now, in the last 90 days, okay, it's still, okay, in the last 90 days, it's been 45 to 54, then 25 to 34, then 55 to 64. How about in the last quarter? No. Well, 25 to 34 is second. All right. What about last month? How come it... I thought it was Maybe this month. Well, it's always 45. It's 45 to 54 is number one. But number two is 25 to 34, which means I've got younger people watching. People who probably look at me as like, you know, guy's old enough to be my dad or my granddad. Bowie, yeah, Bowie. You know what sticks out to me about Bowie is how he said, don't sell out. Do what you want to do. Don't sell out to the peanut gallery. That's paraphrasing, but I saw that, I don't know, a year or two ago, and I try to remember that. I don't always do it. Mukbang. Thanks a lot, Steve, for the mukbang video that I did. What a piece of shit that was. Let's see here. Anyway. How about females? Let's see. What about female? Percentage of females. Wow. What is it here? 13 to 17 years old, 23% females. 18 to 24, 15%. They must find me funny or something. 25 to 34, 7.7%. Now, the more mature they get, the less they like me. 65 plus, 2.4%. That's funny. How about this year? All right, what were we talking about? We're getting all serious with... It's still 23%. 18 to 24 over the lifetime of my channel, which is almost 7 years, 23% and 77% male, 18 to 24 years of age. It's still the same for the last 3 months, exactly the same to the percentage. No women 55 to 64 or 65 plus, which tells me that my mother's not watching. 45 to 54, only 1%, and then it goes up. The younger they are, the more they like to watch me. Well, I hope your parents know what you're watching. I don't want any problems. Everybody got to die sometime, Red. Sometime. Yeah, well, Billy, if you're still there, what was the age that you wanted to go? How old? As long as I'm physically capable and I don't have to have Pampers. I'm not shitting myself. I'm good to go. I want to be alive. As long as I'm not bored. If I get really bored and I don't want to travel anywhere or it's too hard on me, then that's a different story. I have to start like doing crossword puzzles or making model airplanes or something like that. Going blind. Yeah, that's well, I mean, like, what are you going to do if you go blind at 25? You're going to say, well, it's over? So why would you do that when you're a little bit older? I don't know. At least you got to see things. There's some people who never get to see things. But when the Pampers start having to come out, it depends. I know there's some people, who am I thinking of? There's quite a few people that I know that are a little bit older that are drinking Ensure and all these protein drinks just to be able to because or fiber. What is that? Fibersol or fiber something to make them shit. Yeah, Fibersol, Metamucil. Yeah, I don't take any of that stuff. If it gets that bad, if I get that constipated, it's prune juice. It's prune juice and um, what do you call it? Wheat checks. No sugar. Yeah, there is a lag. Well, there is a big lag. I've noticed that the lag on where am I at? The lag on shit. The lag on YouTube has gone from. Let me do something here. Hang on a second. I gotta move something real quick. All right, there we go. All right, where are we at? Come on, you son of a bitch. Okay, ready? So let's see how long the lag is. Oh, it's not that bad actually today. Let me do this again. Ready? That's like a 2-second lag. It's not that bad today. So yeah, maybe that was what it was, Gennaro. The other day it was like a minute and a half. It was crazy. Couldn't believe it, you know. Anybody know about Hong Kong SIM cards? 4G, 5G? I know they got 5G there. Which is the best service? The best quality, the most range, the best range. A big glass of whole milk? No, milk doesn't do it for me. Before I had my surgery, I was drinking like my stomach was hot, and I just was like, man, this sucks. So I'd have a milkshake. It would cool my stomach down. So every day for like 2 weeks, I had a milkshake. I was like, I gotta have it. It's cool my stomach out. I mean, plus it tastes good. But I don't ever have problems with the, you know, the number 2. I don't need Metamucil. I don't need any of that stuff. I go on my own. I drink plenty of water. I don't ever have that problem. If you really want to get personal. Now, when I fly, I make it a point to eat very little. And, you know, I may have to pee a lot, but never. Even on the really, really long flights, the whatever it was, 44, 45 hours to Guyana, where, if Larry's listening, I stopped in Trinidad. I went like 3 days without eliminating. Yeah, the lag is very short today. Let's see something here. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, you can hear me? 1. Okay, you can hear me? 1. Okay, you can hear me? 1. Okay. Take 3 seconds. Not bad. Anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, today it's really good. And you know what's funny is, oh well, I'm on the 4G. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know if it has to do with the 4G. No, I'm not on 4G. I'm using my Wi-Fi, which I think is 5G. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But we're at about 2 hours right now. And it doesn't seem like we're in the middle of any intriguing conversation at the moment. So, guess that's about it for the day. I have to talk to my wife, but let's see here. The 27th is a Friday, 28th is a Saturday. I may leave on the evening of the 28th if it's possible. It depends. So, I will stream again Thursday or Friday, probably Thursday. And I should say that while I appreciate everybody, contributing to the conversation, watching, blah, 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 and I, of course, appreciate the financial support from Patreon and the members and the contributions through PayPal and Apple Pay now, and Super Chat. I am, there was a time when I didn't care at all about the money because I didn't need it as much. And what I'm trying to do is get to the point where I don't need it again. And in order for me to do that, I need to be able to, I don't need to have to earn all that much more. I just need to get into the groove where every month I'm starting to make that money again. And I'm trying to do that with my photography and with some other things, but that's the end goal. So in helping me, I want everybody to know that in helping me, if I can get to that point, then I won't want Patreon. I won't want contributions. I won't want all this stuff. I'm trying to get to that point again, and hopefully I'll get there. It's a struggle, I'll say that, but I'm trying. So, with that, I guess that's all I got. Mr. Mitch, thanks for joining. Mr. Billy, if you're still listening, thanks for sticking your nose in here. Soy Dog Cowboy, everybody else, Sky Trooper, Brian, Lex 500. Thank you for the advice. I appreciate that. Anybody else who knows anything that might be helpful to me in Hong Kong, please send me an email. Let me know. Who else we got here? Bruce. Hope you feel better. Larry, Gennaro, of course. Fidelity Quester, Zach, anybody else who's watching and not commenting, appreciate it. And I guess that's all I got. So until next time, I'm Scott. I am an American, and I am in Bangkok right now. Until next time, Choke D, Jerk and my. See you guys.